They all thought that I'd be in hospital for 6 months. I wouldn't be able to talk, I'd be going to a care home or something. Just keep your seatbelt on, please. I've lost friends from even before the accident who took their seatbelts off and they died. And I didn't even pick up on that the day I took mine off. And I see now why everyone says, put your seatbelt on. All I remember is the night of 2022 in June, that big red moon. That's all I remember seeing in the car. I was so tired, I'd done like a 12-hour shift. The last thing I remember is I went to pass Mum my coffee to offer her it. Then we turned, it was at the roundabouts to go to the cafe in Woodall Spa or to turn down Sixwold Road where it happened. We turned, Maisie went to pass me my keys. She dropped them and you know where like you've got your belt on, it locks and it does that for safety. I thought, oh, I'll take it off. Oh yeah, Mum's driving, it'll only be 30 seconds. There was something on the road, they think it might have been off like a tractor or, you know how they carry things, and it was really slippy, whatever it was. Mum lost control of the car and I don't know if it span, I don't know if the tyres, she tried putting the brakes on and it just wasn't gripping to the road, because obviously whatever was on it, and we crashed into one of the trees that other people had actually crashed into months and weeks before, and unfortunately they didn't make it, so I got lucky with that one. But Mum had bruising all along here and like a fluid build up because obviously the belt pressure, and Maisie had a fractured collarbone in 2 places. Maisie got out of the car, called 999. She just wasn't feeling the pain because of the adrenaline. They were trying to take in what was going on, and then they were like, oh, Ellen's not said anything. They were saying my name apparently. And I don't remember this because I was passed out. And Mum had to get in the back and lift my head up and hold my tongue because it kept rolling nearly down my throat. And obviously I kept like gasping like, because I couldn't, my lungs were deflated. So I was taking in little bits of air to keep me going until the emergency services were there. But they said I was laid literally flat. It was like I'd woken up and moved myself because I was in pain and then just gone again, because I was laid flat across the back and just all on the floor. There was blood, and I had my makeup in the car from my friends, and there was blood all over the makeup bags. A guy pulled over, some random guy, because obviously he saw we crashed, and his wife worked for the life team on the phones, and he did the what 3-word thing. He spoke to the police and that on the phone, and then in 5 minutes the first emergency services were there. They got there quick. Obviously myself don't remember again, but yeah, Mum said they were there and they got me out of the car. Unfortunately all my clothes had to be cut off me because they couldn't pull them off me because they didn't know what injuries I had. I was meant to go to Nottingham, QMC I think it is, but they were like, no, we're full, like jam-packed tonight. So I got taken to Hull. My injuries, where do we start from? My lungs deflated, they got reinflated at the side of the road. I did 5 or 6 weeks in Hull Royal Infirmary, and I was in an induced coma for, I want to say it was just 2-3 days. It was just while they got all the operations done and figured out what was wrong with me. I had a big gash to my head. The plastic surgeon, it took her like 4.5 hours just to sew my head up. I had a bleed on the brain. It took them a couple of days to find that because it was so small but so effective. Like it stopped me speaking for like a good 3.5-4 weeks. And then I had a femur fracture and spinal fracture. Luckily the spinal fracture just healed itself, but I've got a big metal pole, titanium pole in my leg now, and it was screws here and here. Apparently I was quite challenging because obviously I couldn't talk, I couldn't communicate that I was in pain, I couldn't do anything really, and clearly my brain was trying to do things and I wasn't able to do them. It was a lot easier in there. I think I knew I was home, so I was like, I want to get better now. And like you'd have physio once a day or once every 2 days, and I was having it twice a day. I was like, no, I want to get better. Can you see me? Thanks. My sister, who was in the accident with me, she came and saw me quite a few times, and she said that my attitude just changed. Not that I'm schizophrenic, but from the injury, it was a bit like that, where they'd come in one day, I'd be like smiling, sometimes I could say hiya or okay, and that was it. And I'd be like that, and then when I started talking again, I'd be like, no, you need to go, like you need to leave. And then when they'd leave, I'd start crying, and it was just a bit all over the place. The experience, it's changed my life a vast amount. I was living away from home since I was 17 to I came back and I had to live with grandma for a year. I couldn't look after myself. I couldn't walk. I couldn't go upstairs properly. It was really, really bad. The first year, I was so down, so depressed and low. I just thought, I'm not going to be able to do anything. Like, I can't even walk upstairs properly. I thought I was going to get nowhere. But actually, this year, Mum had a word with me and said, like, look, you need to turn it into something positive rather than always having a negative think on it. Like, it happened, it's done now. I've come a long, long way. They all thought that I'd be in hospital for 6 months. I wouldn't be able to talk. I'd be going to a care home or something. So even the nurses, when I go and see them and bring them like a thank you present every now and then, they're like, oh my goodness, you're walking, you're talking, you're at uni. It's something no one ever expected, like even my family members. If you're going to take your belt off, pull over. I was in the back and this all happened to me. If I was driving, I wouldn't be here right now. And I've been told that by the emergency services. I was naive and silly and a big mistake. So yeah, just please wear your seatbelt.